The coaching session, everyone. We had a little bit of technical difficulty, but we're back. So let's get into it.
Don't know if I was aware a piece was missing. Better late than never for you and me.
All right, welcome everyone to coaching in session. This time for real. And if you're new, we do this show live. So all the mistakes, all the problems, you're going to see it firsthand. And we just had one, oh boy. And what a day, too, because it's right before Thanksgiving. So busy time. I've been running around all week getting ready for just cooking and just preparing myself for the impending amount of food I'm going to eat. But that doesn't stop me from being grateful. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about gratitude. And what better day than today, the day before Thanksgiving, the day that we should be giving thanks. So, when we look at Thanksgiving, what is it? Is it a holiday that we just say, oh, the pilgrims came and they shared food with Native Americans? I mean, we can definitely believe that. Or we can say it's a day that we created for us to be more grateful, a gratitude day. And it is very easy to forget to be grateful. We just want our life to carry on the ways carrying on, but we don't focus on all the little things, all the small areas that need our attention. And gratitude is going to be one of them. Because how many times in a week do you wake up and you say, thank you for this day? When you get in your car, thank you for having the ability to get in a car. Even if you don't get in a car, if you get a Lyft, a Uber, a train, doesn't matter, a bus, you can be thankful that you're on it. For the food you eat, you can be thankful. But we forget. We forget because our life is so busy. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I forget, but I do have times in my day where I'm cognizant of what I do. First time I'm grateful is going to be in the morning. Every morning, I talked about this on a past podcast. I wake up, I do a self-assessment. How am I doing? Am I at 100%? If I'm not at 100%, what percent am I? And then I think about all the things I have to do. And then I'm grateful that I'm able to do those things. I'm grateful for more life, for another chance to be better than I was yesterday. But you have to be grateful. Otherwise, it's just what is the point? Do you just wake up to have to go to work, or do you wake up just to have to get yelled at? There has to be more than living than just living, right? We have to find something, our purpose, passion, all of that. And we're going to be talking about that on gratitude in the terms of gratitude, because gratitude is more than just saying, I'm thankful for. It can develop our whole life, it can develop our whole mindset. So, without further ado, let's head into the gratitude workshop. So, the gratitude workshop is going to be talking about gratitude in its totality. So, a little bit about me and the company is that Reverend Concept is a coaching company, and what I do is I help people eliminate their negativities, their fears, limiting beliefs in their mind, and I can also help them with being more aware of their day. How do they use their time? Accountability. And once I can figure out how someone is spending their 24 hours every day, we can start to make changes. Because the super wealthy of this world, they have the same 24 hours that you have, that I have. So why are they wildly successful but then again, we are struggling. And we do have to appreciate the struggle, because if we don't appreciate the struggle, what we get at the outside or the outcome is going to not be what we're looking for. It's not going to last. It's going to be temporary, it's going to be superficial. And I want people to live in a way that they want to live, but then I also want them to go after more, even after they achieve the goal. There should always be a goal behind a goal. And by that, I mean, if you want to lose 50 pounds and you lose 50 pounds, what do? Do you celebrate and you buy a pint of Ben and Jerry's? No. You have a goal behind that. Maybe after you lose 50 pounds, then you say, you know what, my next big goal is I'm going to start running 5Ks. And I help people realize new goals, reach goals, but then also not to put contingencies on goals. Because the goal is to empower people with a mindset that they can do anything, which is positive, and have a clear mind while they do it. So, a gratitude mindset is going to be a mindset where we're able to focus on limitless opportunities available to us. And of course, that's going to range from our personal life to our professional life. And we notice that if you're grateful for something, you're going to be more positive. You're going to be thankful and ready to show appreciation for the things in your life. Similar to how we have Thanksgiving tomorrow. People are going to be so excited to see you. They're going to be happy you came. They're going to like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in a year. Maybe if you just only see people for family occasions, special occasions. And now you're together with your family, with your friends, your loved ones. And it's good. You can pay attention to happiness a lot easier when you get to this point because it's forefront. And of course, you might have bad habits, a negative mindset, a pessimistic mindset, where no matter all the good things that can come on this day, you might still be negative. Let's say your uncle forgot to bring the pie, and now there's no pie on Thanksgiving. And everyone's going to say to the uncle, Uncle, I can't believe you forgot the pie. Now Thanksgiving is ruined. How is that going to make the uncle feel? Well, it's not going to make him feel thankful. It's not going to make him feel any better. But what if we said, Uncle, don't worry about the pie. You're sweet enough. And come on in. That's powerful. Because when we start to build people up instead of tear them down, things start to change. Our minds start to change. Their mind starts to change. Appreciation for life, appreciation for the people around us becomes clearer. And we have to look at how gratitude is going to help. And there's multiple areas we're going to talk about right now. And the first is going to be about mindset. How will gratitude help your mind? Well, we talked about it earlier, is that you're going to be more positive. You're going to be in a state of giving thanks for the opportunities you have. One of the number one things I'm grateful for each day is waking up, something that people take for granted. Their alarm clock rings and they curse the day. They say, is it Friday yet? For me, every day is Friday. Every day is a good day. Monday to me is not bad. I love Mondays too. The only special day in the week is Taco Tuesday. And then again, I don't even buy tacos. But I still think, how is my mindset affected by being more gratitude or being more grateful, having more gratitude. And I start to see things in the sense of anything is possible, no matter what it is, no matter what challenge may come in front of me, I can overcome it. And you can too. And the second time that happens is going to be after you had a hardship, right? So the first time is going to be naturally, I want to be more grateful. But then you need a wake up call sometimes, or some people need wake up calls and they get their butt, knocked down, or now they're in a situation where they have to pay attention and they can be grateful for what they have left or what they had. So I always dare people to stay away from regret because we don't have time for that. We have time to live, we have time to change, we have time to learn. But regret is not something we should put on the docket. So we have to look at our goals and our purpose because that's going to be the one of the biggest areas we need to focus on, our goals and our purpose. And your goals can always change. You don't have to have a goal that you have to follow every single day. And if you don't follow it, you are not on task. That's not true. Think of if you are trying to get in shape and you have a goal to get in shape. Now you are getting in shape, you lost 50 pounds. Now, after 50 pounds, what do? Do you say, okay, well, I'm going to go start eating ice cream and sitting on the sofa and not going to the gym anymore because I had to reach my goal? Well, once you reach your goal, then you have to maintain your goal. You have to find your purpose to living because your goal, your initial goal, should have been something that's going to help you reach newer heights. And for me, I always tell people when you get your mind right, you should also get your body right. Because when you get your body right, you become more energetic, you become more positive because now you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're like, wow, I look good. And that alone right there is a huge self confidence boost. And then you're going to act on purpose. What you do in your day is going to be better than if you were just going to go through life and whatever happened, happened. Because we're all put on this earth to do something. Whether you believe that or not, you're here for a reason. It takes a lot to bring a human life into this world. From the sperm to the egg, and then from developing process to now you're a child, you can't take care of yourself. Someone is taking care of you, and now you're an adult. Maybe if you're one of my younger audience members, you're a young adult. A lot of things has to happen for you to be here. And we have to be on purpose and we have to be cognizant of what we put forth each day. And the same is true for other areas, like relationships. When's the last time you told the person you're with, a partner or spouse, you that you appreciate them, that you care for them, that you're so happy that they're in your life, that you think about the good times and you laugh, smile. Because it takes days like Thanksgiving for people to realize, hey, my life is not that bad. I have a really good life. But we allow our relationships to die out. And the easiest way to do that is not to be thankful to the other person, to not tell them that you appreciate them. That's going to kill a relationship a lot quicker than any act. Because if you think about it, The honeymoon phase ends. What comes next? Typically, it's not going to be a fight, it's going to be a battle with the mind. He doesn't do these things that he used to do, and now I don't feel the love and I don't feel happy. She used to take so much better care of her body, and now she just let herself go. We we hear things like that. And that's not going to be helpful for having a good relationship. We need to be gracious. We need to have gratitude for our partners. And then we have to look at our career and our money. And we can put them under one umbrella, but your career is going to be your passion, right? What you want to do in your life. Because you might want to be a bus driver and you love riding that bus. But maybe being a bus driver is not going to make you a wealthy person, but it's going to give you intrinsic wealth, wealth that money is never going to be able to fill. That could be your career. But you might also choose a career where you want to be like a stockbroker or a real estate agent and you want to have an abundance of money. You could do that too. But you need to be gracious. You need to have gratitude for that career, for the money you have. Because if you talk to any wealthy person who has an abundance of money, they're in the top 1% of earners, they're going to tell you that they give a lot away. And one of the reasons is taxes. I'm not going to lie. People give money away because it's a tax break. But the other reason is that they feel amazing after they do it. Not everyone is going to be in the situation that you're in. Some people are going to be down and out. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and they might not have a place to go. They might not have food to eat. So if you can help someone get a plate, feel loved, appreciate it, that goes further than any dollar you earn will. So we need to first figure out the steps to being more grateful because we know what it does to us, but what are the steps to get there? Step number one is to look at what you have in your life. Everything, the good and the bad. Because people think that, oh, my life is terrible because I broke it now, and they're focused and they're ruminating on this negativity. They focus on the bad. But we have so much good that we forget to focus on. Do you have food to eat? Do you have clothes on your back? Do you have a roof over your head? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But we can find out what we can be grateful for. And the number one thing is, are you talking to me? Are you listening? You're alive. Be grateful for that. Be grateful because if you're alive, you have another opportunity to change for the better. There's people right now taking their last breath. They don't have another opportunity, not like you do. Then we look at step two. We look at the opportunities that can come our way. Goals, life in general. What can be a possibility in my life? And that could be anything you can wrap your mind around. Because whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are going to be correct. So we have to understand that there are so many opportunities that we can reach. But the first step is that we have to believe it. Because if you can believe it, you can achieve it. It has to begin with belief. So now we are believing. And we're grateful that we have that opportunity to believe in ourselves. When we look at the next step, step three, We have to look at how we can help the people around us. And it's not that when we say, I'm going to help the people around us, that we need to give the shirt off our back, the food from our hands, the money out of our wallets. Gratitude does not have to be that. Gratitude can be as simple as when you go to the grocery store, you hold the door open for someone. If someone is struggling to reach an item, and if you're a tall guy like me, you might reach up, give them the item, and say, "Here you go." They might say thank you and carry on. If someone drops their wallet or their cell phone in the grocery store, you could pick it up and you could say, "Excuse me, you dropped this. Here you go." How can we help the people around us? It doesn't have to be the typical way. It can be in a unique way of just being a good human, just being a good person. People forget that. Then we talk about looking at step 4. We need to have a more meaningful purpose and action. People just live each day as as another day. They don't live on purpose. They wake up, they go to work, they come home, they sit down, they watch TV, they eat dinner, they go to sleep, and they do it again. And they wait until Friday, and then as soon as Sunday comes, they say, "Oh my God, I can't believe the weekend is over already." Now they're depressed, now they're sad, because Monday means they have to go back to work. How is that living? They're not taking meaningful purpose. They are going to work and they're finding a means to live, but is it a means to an end? Typically, people are stuck in the rat race. So those people are going to have to figure out, how can I get out of the rat race? And we can talk about that on another podcast or another day, because that's going to be a whole conversation. But to be aware of how you're living. And that ties into step 5, to pay attention. Pay attention to what's around you. Pay attention to the company you keep, the house you have to drive, the car you drive, if you drive a car, the apartment you're living in, the house you're staying in, whatever. Pay attention to that and be grateful for it. Now, it might not be your dream and your ideal place, but identify that, and then you can say, "This is not where I want to be." And then you can say where you want to be. And then on the way there, be grateful that you're heading into that direction. Gratitude is a start and it's the finish. So, if you were interested into becoming more grateful, you can always head over to reverendconcepts.com, whether that be work with me or to read some of the blogs or watch some of the videos I have there that help you out with gratitude. Going to be a great way for you to get things done there. You can also head over to your email and email me at michael@reverendconcepts.com, or if it's about the podcast, coachinginsession@gmail.com. So, gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It's more than just being appreciative for the life you have, because the totality of being grateful is going to affect your character, affect your mindset, being more positive and optimistic, because in a world of negativity and fear, we need something else. We need something to aspire to be or to aspire to have. And it doesn't have to be material. We can have an intrinsic feeling, we can have a grateful attitude. There's many different types of mindsets. We could be operating in a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. So all of that is going to be focused on gratitude. And tomorrow, when you're around the table with your family, if you are, fortunate enough to look at them. You don't have to thank them. I understand you might be shy, you might not want to show weakness, and you just don't want to say anything to them, but you can affirm to yourself and say, I'm thankful for my family, for all you do. And that is going to be a driver for you to push to be better. People fail to understand that they don't have to be vocal with their ambitions. Now, it helps to have your ambitions written down, to tell a coach, saying this is what you want to do. But if you keep it inside, but you apply the correct action, you're going to start to get to the places you want to get to. But remember what it took to get there and be grateful that you got there. Be grateful for the journey. Here in the West, especially in America, everyone wants instant gratification right now, entitlement. And that is not going to be conducive to being grateful. And I understand if you're a boss and you have to run a company and you're trying to do the best you can and maybe you're stressed, you don't have time to be gracious, you might think. You always have time because it takes a lot longer to pick up a bunch of pieces on the floor instead of one. So if you shatter someone, whether it be their heart, their mind, their dreams, now those are going to be on the floor on a million pieces. And you might realize down the way, maybe I was a little rough on them. Let me go apologize. And you go apologize and you start to pick up the pieces. But what if you didn't break that dream, that goal, whatever it was, and it remained intact? It'll be a lot quicker to pick it up. But that's not how we operate. We need trauma. We need to make mistakes. We need failures. And even if someone is telling you, hey, I had this failure in my life, here's the wisdom. Sometimes that is not even enough because we forget. And we don't pay attention until it's too late. Similar to how when you have a death in the family, you take life for what it is, fleeting. You no longer take life for granted. And you think about it. And you call all your families, all your loved ones, and you say, it's one to call, see how you're doing. I have to call you more. I'm going to try to call you every week now. But life gets in the way. You become busy again. You become preoccupied. You forget. You forget that moment of despair, of fear, because at that moment you're afraid of life, of losing life. So you want to pay attention to life. So you can act in a way that I'm going to make sure every single one of my days are on purpose. But it doesn't happen without gratitude. First step, maybe the middle step. Because mindset, how you operate, is going to be one of the biggest factors into the life you're going to have. And that's what I do, mindset coach. A to B, and then we go all the way to Z. And gratitude is the same thing. So tomorrow, when you're eating all your food and you eat too much and you blame the turkey because the turkey is the reason why you're falling asleep, which is a lie. That's false. It is not the turkey. is because your body has just consumed a copious amount of food. And if you don't know anything about health, let me give you this little tidbit is it requires a huge amount of energy for your body to digest food. So when you gorge yourself, guess what? Your body is like, "Ooh, you ate too much. Shut her down." And then they close up shop. So that means now your body's like, "We're going to take a break. So let's go take a nap." Or maybe you were learning from your last year's mistake. I'm not going to eat this much. Last year I ate too much. I'm not going to make the same mistake this year. And you do the same thing. It took me many years to stop eating until like I was sick. I had to just take enough for what my body needed. Because number two, I have to go to the gym tomorrow, Thanksgiving, and on Friday, and I have to work out all the calories. It's just my life, the lifestyle I want, the lifestyle I need to get to where I want to be. And you have to choose that too. You have to choose where you want to be and then appreciate all the steps needed to get there and all the opportunities you have along the way, good and bad, the yin and the yang. Because you can't have the good without the bad, because the bad makes you appreciate the good. If you're interested in working with me, head over to reverendconcepts.com. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those things that videos like. I will see you again on Friday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, for a mindset chat. So stay tuned for that. And until then, everyone, take care.